Hi guys, it's Lara. Thank you so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. Today it's a bean loaf recipe. This is something I enjoy a lot during the cold season, and it's also a great recipe for anyone who is just transitioning into veganism or simply for anyone who sometimes misses a few of the dishes they used to eat before they went vegan. So it's a great alternative to meatloaf. Plus there's no oil involved. There's only natural fat from sunflower seeds. I usually serve my bean loaf with mashed potatoes, but for the sake of the season, since fall is here, I added a little bit of pumpkin into my mashed potatoes and it turned so delicious. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna love this. So if you wanna know how I cook this dish, then please keep watching. For my bean loaf, I always use two kinds of beans, usually giant Styrian beans and white beans, a can of each. You can use any beans you like. Next, you are going to need 1 cup of oats and half a cup of sunflower seeds, and 1 small onion, diced. So first I put the oats and the sunflower seeds into a dish, and then I add about 3 crushed garlic cloves. And then I add the onion and the beans. I also like adding 1 chopped tomato because it makes the bean loaf a little bit juicier. You could use a chopped bell pepper instead if you like, or both. Now the spices, about 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 2 to 3 teaspoons pizza herbs, and a dash of black pepper. All amounts are written in the description box. Next, I add 2 tablespoons of mustard and about 1 tablespoon of barbecue sauce, and 3 tablespoons of organic soy sauce. You could also use coconut aminos instead of soy sauce. If necessary, you can always add either soy sauce or salt to taste later. Once I am done with the seasoning, I blend all with a hand mixer. I always blend it only so that it is still a little bit chunky. The next step would be usually to put the bean mix into a regular meatloaf pan, but I personally like filling it in various baking forms. While I am filling the baking forms with the bean loaf batter, I always preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 190 degrees Celsius. As a next step, I always prepare the glaze. I use half a cup of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of agave syrup, and 2 tablespoons of mustard. I mix all the ingredients properly. And then I like adding about 1 teaspoon of pizza herbs and about half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then I glaze all pieces. And once I'm done, I put the bean loaf into the oven and bake it for about 25 to 30 minutes. In the meantime, I cook a few potatoes, peeled and chopped into pieces and salted. For the last 10 minutes, I add a few pieces of a pumpkin. Once both the pumpkin and potatoes are cooked, I strain them and add about 1 teaspoon of turmeric and salt to taste. And then I blend my potatoes and pumpkin with a hand mixer until completely smooth. Since the pumpkin is already very moist, I do not add any non-dairy milk. I don't find it necessary, but you can add just a little bit of oat drink or soy drink or any non-dairy milk of your choice, or a small piece of vegan butter. And that is it. I serve my bean loaf with a few spoons of the mashed pumpkin potatoes, and I personally like decorating it with a few pieces of cilantro or parsley. So this is how I cook my bean loaf and the pumpkin mashed potatoes. Now, obviously, if you are not fond of pumpkin, you can leave that part out, and then you would use any non-dairy milk of your choice in the mashed potatoes. You can also add a little bit of celery. That tastes also great. And about the bean loaf, now obviously you can use just a regular oven dish, and then you would have the loaf in one piece. I personally prefer putting the mix into some kind of forms. You can use, for example, muffin forms, or maybe even donut forms, whatever works for you, because then it's already portioned, but that's obviously up to you. And that's it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If that was the case, don't forget to give the video a thumb up, because that really helps my channel. You can also subscribe to my channel if you didn't yet. And as usual, I have listed and linked down below a lot of stuff that might be either interesting or useful to you. For example, a few playlists with other recipes. And thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you with my next video. Bye!